everybody. Now, I know we're not normally here on the couch on Mondays, but we're going to make an exception today because we have a special guest here with us in the studio, iJustine.
Hello.
Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, now, iJustine needs no introduction, but as you know, a few years back, she started as a live caster back in kind of the early days of YouTube, and has since grown into quite the powerhouse all over the web at large, as well as on TV now. So thanks for being here on our lovely white couch.
Yes, we were just talking about how much I love this white couch.
Yeah, it's actually from IKEA, in case you were wondering. But now, this is kind of a standard question for you. You're a big Mac head. I was wondering, do you tend to get every single Mac product as they come out, or are you ever like, I think I'll skip the 5, I'll wait for the 6, or do you get everything?
I mean, I try to, but as far as phones go, I've definitely had every single iPhone, and as far as iPads, I feel like that's just kind of my thing, and I really, really do love them. But I did skip the Retina iPad, and I went for the Mini instead. And you know, before I had the Mini, I didn't actually realize that the iPad was a little too big.
And heavy. It's really heavy.
It really is.
That was my problem with it. That's why I wanted to go for the Mini too, because you can stick it in your purse. It's a lot more portable.
It is. Yes, I love it. Big fan.
Now, speaking of portability, it was reported last week that Apple just hired 100 designers for their mystery iWatch that they're possibly creating. Is that something that you think you'll be into? Do you like wearable tech? Probably.
I mean, the thing is, like, I wear a watch, but not to tell time. I actually don't know, not the right time. It's more as sort of an accessory, so if it is actually, you know, something that can be useful. I mean, most of us, when we want to know what time it is, whether we have a watch that actually tells time, what do? We look on our phones.
Yeah.
So I think that'll be kind of interesting.
Yeah, I agree. Now, other than Apple gear, what do you use? You're such a prolific content creator. What do you use in terms of cameras, in terms of gear to make your videos and put them out there?
I think for me, when I'm creating stuff, most important is audio. So I always try to make sure whatever camera I do have has really good audio. As far as the cameras go, I use a 60D most of the time, and then I think a Canon, I always mispronounce I screw up the name. I think it's an XA10, maybe? It's a little camcorder, but it's great because you can import just from a regular mic or an XLR microphone. So you're able to kind of, and it's small and portable too, so you can take it on the go.
And are you a Final Cut gal?
Yes. I was kind of holding off to switch to Final Cut 10, but I did actually upgrade to Final Cut X, and I kind of really like it, especially for doing quick, easy edits. It's perfect.
Yeah, you haven't gotten sucked into the Premiere game. I know a lot of people around here are kind of transitioning over to that.
I did recently get a gaming PC, so sorry, Apple fan people, but so I do have Premiere on that, and I'm kind of using it, but for doing the jump cuts and stuff that I normally do, I mean, Final Cut X is perfect.
Yeah. And since you're a phone junkie, as you mentioned earlier, are there any apps that you've been excited about lately?
This is kind of crazy because I know you said you covered this too, but it was Time Hop. So it kind of goes back in your history of all of your social networks, and you can see things that you posted 6, 7 years ago. I've been on Flickr for almost 7 years, so it's pulling in all of these old photos, and now I'm reposting those. So it's kind of resurfacing this old content and making it kind of look new again.
Yeah, I didn't actually remember that they had Flickr on there, but I guess they really do have everything.
It is, yeah. It's even pulling in old check-ins. So I think it showed me like where I went to Valentine's Day like 4 or 5 years ago. I'm like, oh boy, some things you never want to remember, but sometimes it brings them all back up again.
Yeah, it's kind of therapeutic, you know.
Yes.
Bringing all the old things back up again.
I think that's kind of like whenever Facebook switched over to the new timeline view. It's a little scary.
Yeah. Now, finally, do you have any fun projects or videos coming up that you want to share or point us to?
Yeah, I mean, mostly just keeping up with the YouTube content. So I have several channels, but my main channel, I try to produce at least 3 videos a week. I post daily gaming videos, so which is kind of crazy.
Thank you again for joining us. It was great talking to you.
Thanks for having me.